Okay, so software companies are cooked. And this is a big, big, humongous, world changing update. Um, so, some of you may or may not have been paying attention. I don't know if any of you saw the panic that happened in the markets last week, but a lot of people decided to basically move all their money out of software companies. Um, and the reason why that is because the world that we used to live in, where you relied on third party applications to do things, no longer exists. What that means is that there is a software, or I'm sorry, there is a product that you can now get that is AI, that you can literally tell it to build anything and it will do it. And when I say anything, I mean anything. I figured out how to use this, and in the last 48 hours, I built an entire content management system, leads database for my business that is like to the extent of something that Salesforce or HubSpot would have offered, that you'd be paying $500 a month for, and I don't ever need to pay them a dime because I built the database that I needed that works for my company, and it took me a few hours. And I was able to do it. I have a little bit of background knowledge about web development and programming. I've been doing it for a long time. So I knew like the verbiage, like how to kind of tell it what it is I was trying to build. And for a long time, Claude, since at least 3.0, Claude 3.0 has allowed people to be able to, if you have any level of knowledge, to be able to tell this program what you want to build and it would build it. And then it got faster, and then it got faster, and it got way less likely to make a mistake. And now we have Opus 4.6, which is the new update that's coming out, I believe, in like a month. Um, and the problem with Opus 4.6, well, I wouldn't say it's a problem. It's just a disruptor for sure. Is that it is going to make it so that anyone with zero experience of coding will be able to just tell this thing, make me an app that does this, 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 and that. And it'll just go and write it all. And within 30 minutes, you'll have all the files on your desktop. And you'll be able to upload them and do what it says, and it'll give you the instructions. And in a matter of a couple of hours, you will have an application that you could put on your phone that's yours, that no one else has, that does exactly what you needed to do in a matter of a couple of hours. So let's say you're paying $20 a month for an application on your phone that organizes your gym routine. Or let's say you have something like that, you're paying $10 a month for something that helps you with your nutrition, or you're entering in your meals and it's processing what the protein and calories and all that is, right? You don't need to pay them anymore. That's literally what I'm trying to tell you. You don't need to pay them anymore. You can now go and download this program, and you could tell it, I want you to make me an app that will track my calories, my nutrition, this and that I'll be able to enter in my food and what I ate, and you'll be able to calculate my stuff, and you'll be able to tell it to do that, and it'll make the app for you in 30 minutes. Completely, flawlessly, no mistakes. And then it'll tell you how to transfer that app from your computer to your phone using a simple cable that you attach, charging cable that you would, data transfer cable that you would use You plug it in and it would move the app to your phone. And now you have your own app. You could even create the name of it, your own logo. And if you do a good job and you make it to where it's impressive, you can then let your friends know if they want something similar. And you could even put it on the App Store and let somebody pay you to use the app that you created. This changes everything. Changes everything. And it changes everything for a multitude of reasons. Number one, so many businesses right now make a stupid amount of money off of subscriptions. That's gone. Not right away. You're going to have a lot of people out there that will just never use this thing. They just want to get up and live their life and do their thing, and they're not going to do that. They'd rather just use some other app. They don't want to deal with telling the program to make it and installing it and doing all. They're not going to want to think about every feature. They don't want to put the work in. They just want to download someone's app, and that's great. But for those that are willing to actually put the mental work in and just tell this thing what it is you're looking for and take time with it and have it build out what it is you're trying to build, there are no barriers to your ideas. If you're somebody out there right now that has a bunch of app ideas, like, man, I've always had an idea for an app, but I just didn't have the money to hire a development team to build it. You don't need one. This will build it. Period. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And we're not talking about just applications. We're talking about websites. We're talking about software, fully functioning, in-depth, incredibly intense and deep software, like for your businesses. So this is going to change things too, because a lot of companies who hire big-time corporations that hire third-party agencies. Like, let me give you an example, like QuickBooks, right? QuickBooks is an accounting software company. People hire them as a third-party company to basically be like, I'm going to have, QuickBooks talk to my bank so that it will assimilate with my bank account, and anything that I do, it will parse that information and then give me back my accounting analysis at the end of the year based on the activities of my account. And they'll pay QuickBooks hundreds of dollars a month to do this. Newsflash, gone. You don't need that. You can now create an API or pay for an API directly through your bank and be able to create a software using this program yourself to talk to your bank yourself and create your own accounting application for you to specifically use for you, and even turn it into a dashboard on your desktop. And it won't cost you anything other than the fee to use this program. And now this ends up making it so that a lot of Fortune 500 companies out there that are sharing their data with all these third-party companies to use their software, because it's just easy. Because keep in mind, for the past 20 years, software companies were calling up businesses, corporations, selling them, you should use our software. You should use our software. That was a huge racket for 2 decades. So a lot of these big time companies are using other software of other people's companies and sharing their data. They don't need to anymore. And we all know data is very valuable. So companies now are going to be like, why are we using them? We can have somebody just use this program to make the third-party software or to make software that does exactly what these third-party software companies do in mere minutes, and we could just have all of our data in-house and structure it to where it works specifically to our company. This makes companies like QuickBooks or transaction companies like Square, which they're actually both owned by Intuit. So companies like Intuit are in big trouble. They're in big trouble because they've been making a lot of money off of people hiring them to do things and use services that no one's going to need to do anymore. No one's going to need to do this. Now, what does this do in the long run? What this does is it creates a new economy. Or let me take that back. It creates a new sector in the economy that we have never seen. And that sector is ideas, intellectual property. And what I mean is that if everybody has access to the same tool and everybody can just make any idea now, then that means that only the best ideas are going to rise to the surface. You have Silicon Valley right now locked and loaded with coders, developers, people that have studied this stuff. And they used to make a fortune building and developing things for people, but that's gone because no one needs them anymore. You can have this thing build anything you want, like I just did. I built my entire company database, leads database, and content management system in a few hours. And it works great. It does exactly what I needed to do. I didn't need to hire anybody to build it. That's scary. But now that these developers no longer have the ability to get hired for work, what does this do? Sure, they can use the same program, right? They can use the same program to build out the apps they've always wanted to build, whatever. But even though everybody has access to the same tools, doesn't mean everybody has the same imagination. It doesn't mean everybody has the same ideas. Or some people have really good ideas and other people don't. Some people have new and innovative ideas and other people don't. In fact, a lot of people don't. Because look, millions of developers in Silicon Valley they have the skill and have always had the skill to build stuff. So why didn't they build the next big thing? Well, because they didn't know what the next big thing was. If they did, they would have built it. They didn't have the ideas. So we're now moving into a world where intellectual property and ideas dominate. Because if you are somebody that has great ideas, and I know people, I mean, shit, I would even argue that I've been one of them, but I have also known many other people that I've known in my life that are amazing with ideas. And I would sit around with them and then we would chop it up and they would say, man, you know what'd be a sick idea? You know what'd be cool if we built this or if somebody built that. But these ideas never did anything because even though they had the ideas, they didn't have the money to hire an entire development team to build the fucking software. They didn't have the money. They were gatekept behind that. They didn't have the connections. They weren't friends with a bunch of developers in Silicon Valley. They didn't have a way to get that accomplished. That's gone. They have that. They have a way now to get that accomplished. Anybody who's ever had an idea for a good app can literally explain to this program what they want to build, and it will build it. And in real time, you could look at what it made and mess with it and then tell it, no, change this or do that or add this feature. And in real time, you can keep doing that and it'll just build it out and build it out and build it out and build it out. And you can create a situation where in real time, you are just building out your entire idea, like as if you were working with an entire development team of geniuses, but it's just one program. And you just have it building everything that you want it to build. That is crazy. This changes the game. This changes the game in a major way. And if I were you, if you're watching this right now and you have ideas, I would jump on this ASAP. And the reason why I would jump on it is because you never know what levels of gatekeep are going to be added down the road. You don't know if they're going to go, you know what, we decided we're not really going to give people, like right now you have access to its full and capabilities to do whatever. But pretty soon they might say, no, if you want to build a little website or something, we'll let you do that for $20 a month. But if you want to build a big program or if you have a giant idea, we're going to charge you way more. If you're a corporate company and you want to do something huge, we need you to do an enterprise, account with us, which could cost thousands a month. This could be what ends up happening. But right now you get access to it for like, what is it, $20 a month or something like that? Now is the time to take advantage of this. It's an opportunity for anyone out there who ever had an app idea or a website idea, any kind of idea. Anything you've ever wanted to do, anything you thought would actually work and be incredible, anything that you said, man, that's a sick idea. I wish I could build that. Well, you can now. You can. And all it takes is for you to be able to communicate your idea well. That's it. All you have to do is sit with this thing and be able to communicate your idea well. If you can't communicate it well, you're going to have problems. But if you can communicate the idea and really explain what you're trying to do and really give it a direction and tell it what you're trying to get it to do, you're going to smash it out of the park. And in under an hour, you will have your dream app sitting on your desktop, packaged, and it'll even tell you how to upload it to the iPhone store, the Apple store, and you can set a price, create a company, sell it, promote it, and you can have an app selling on the iPhone store by tonight if you started right now. This is a game changer. I know I'm going to have a lot of fun with it. I already have been. I've been building a lot of things, dashboards. I've been building everything, man. I've been having such a fun time. Man, I mean, this is such a game changer. This is exciting. Also scary, because this is going to augment everything. This is going to shift and change and create volatility in the markets like we've never seen. And a lot of big companies, software companies that have been winning for a while, are going to start collapsing, because a lot of people that use them are going to realize, what do we need you for? For $20 a month, we can use this program. We can build every software that you guys have been providing us with. We no longer need to give you hundreds of dollars every month. Why? And that's going to be tumultuous. And there's a lot of ETFs out there that have software companies in them. So that's going to create super issues with some of these ETFs. I mean, I don't know. Software is cooked. Anyway, Tom Kane, this is another episode of the Executives Playbook. You guys know what to do. Leave a comment, like the video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'll see you guys tomorrow.